Hi mga kawawmat, in this video, we will graph linear inequalities into variables. So our objectives, we will solve and plot linear inequalities into variables using the intercept method. So itong intercept method ay na-discuss natin during yung discussion natin sa linear equation. So dapat alam natin ang pagkuha ng intercepts gamit itong intercept method. And then next, we will graph linear inequalities into variables using Desmos graphing application. So, after natin makuha itong mga intercepts natin, given the linear inequality, we will be using Desmos. So, ipapakita ko sa inyo on how to graph using Desmos. Pwede mo itong i-download sa iyong cellphone for you to check if your answers are correct. So, ang Desmos, pwede mo lang itong maging guide para ma-check mo kung ang sagot mo ay tama. Okay? Actually, marami tayong mga graphing application. So, meron tayong GeoGebra. So, marami tayong pwedeng gamitin. But in this video tutorial, we will be using the Desmos application. So, let's discuss first the concept of linear inequalities in two variables na na-discuss ko na rin doon sa ating previous video tutorial. So, again, a linear inequality in two variables is, a linear inequality in two variables can be written in one of the four forms. So, ano-ano yung mga yon? So, again, this is just a review ha, kasi na-discuss na natin ito doon sa ating illustrating linear inequalities in two variables. So, we have four forms wherein we are using the symbols of greater than, less than, greater than or equal to, and less than or equal to. So, itong mga to, ang apat na symbols na makikita natin sa linear inequalities. Now, remember that your A, B, and C should be real numbers, and your A and B should not be equal to 0. So, again, this is just a review. And then, an ordered pair XY is what we call the solution of an inequality. So, just like kagaya ng equation natin, linear equation, meron din tayong tinatawag na solution sa linear inequality. Ito yung ordered pair na sinasubstitute natin doon sa linear inequality, at kapag naglumabas na true statement, then that is a solution. Kapag false statement ang lumabas, that is not a solution. So again, ang solution po is the ordered pair na isa-substitute natin doon sa ating linear inequality na dapat mag-result sa true statement. Otherwise, it's not a solution. Okay. So the graph of linear inequality in two variables is a half plane. So, ulitin ko that the graph of any linear inequality in two variables is a half plane. So, tatandaan po na kapag nag-graph tayo ng linear inequality, ganito po ang makikita natin sa graph niya. Meron siyang line. Etong line na to, it can be solid or broken line. So, later i-explain ko yon. So, itong lines na to, it can be solid or broken line. So, depende po sa symbol natin. And then, half plane kasi there is only one side of the line. So, ito po yung pinaka-boundary mo dyan. So, it's either itong side na to ang shaded or itong side na to ang shaded. So, hindi lahat i-shade natin. Okay. Now, yung shaded part na yon, the shaded region consists of the points whose coordinates satisfy the inequality. O ito rin yung tinatawag nating solutions. Okay. So, lahat ng points na makikita natin dito, lahat ng ordered pairs na matatagpuan natin dito sa shaded region are what we call the solutions of the given inequality. Okay, so lahat ng nandito, hindi to solution. Okay. Now, how to graph linear inequalities in two variables? Paano nga ba mag-graph? Paano tayo magkakaroon ng half plane? Paano natin malalaman kung ano ang isi-shade? Paano natin malalaman kung broken line o solid line? Pag sinabing solid line, yung straight siya, yung buo, hindi tuloy-tuloy yung lines natin. So, yun ang mga questions na tumatakbo sa isip natin. Paano tayo mag-graph? Saang part tayo mag-shade? paano natin malalaman kung solid or broken line ang graph natin? So, let's proceed to the steps in graphing linear inequalities in two variables. So, dapat alam natin tong mga steps na to. Okay, so no need to memorize these steps. Hindi mo to kailangan i-memorize kasi pag na-practice mo ang pag-graph ng linear inequalities, masasanay tayo at hindi mo kailangan tong i-memorize. Okay? So, unang gagawin, since linear inequality ang i-graph natin, first step, ito ang pinaka-importante, is you have to rewrite. You need to rewrite the inequality as an equation. So, kailangan mo siyang gawing equation para makuha mo ang intercepts. Kasi you cannot determine the intercepts if your a mathematical sentence is an inequality. So, kailangan i-rewrite mo muna siya into equation for you to solve for the intercepts. Next, pag na-rewrite mo na at nakuha mo ng intercepts mo, plot and draw the boundary line. So, yung boundary line, ito yung line na i-graph natin pag na-plot mo na yung mga intercepts. Now, meron tayong dalawang klase ng line. Ano ba itong dalawang lines na to? Yung isa, solid line, ito yung buo. Ayan. Ito ay gagamitin mo kapag ang symbol ng inequality mo ay less than or equal to or greater than or equal to or less than or equal to. Or simply, gagamitin mo itong solid line, itong buo na to, kapag meron siyang equal sign. So, kapag wala siyang equal sign, if it's only less than or greater than, then your line should be a broken line. Okay? Ulitin ko, ito po yung dalawang klase ng boundary line na gagamitin mo kapag nagpa-plot tayo ng intercept. So, ito pong boundary line na to, ito po yung magiging sign natin kung yung line ba na yun is part of the solution or part of the graph or hindi. So, kapag solid line, ito tatandaan, pag solid line, dapat may equal sign. So, kapag may equal sign, solid line po ang boundary line natin. Ibig sabihin, yung points na naglalay doon sa ating solid line kasama sa solution. But, if ang inequality mo ay less than lang at greater than, wala siyang equal sign, then your boundary line should be a broken line. That means that your points lying on this line, dito sa boundary line, kapag broken line, ay hindi part of the solution. So, yun lang po ang tatandaan. Next, after plotting and drawing the boundary line, so decide which half plane contains the solution set. So, ano pong gagawin? Kukuha ka ng test point. Kahit ano doon, pili ka. But, as much as possible, you may use 0, 0, yung origin, if possible. Okay? So, if it's not possible, then pili ka ng ibang test point. Okay. So, yung 0, 0 na to, ito po ang gagamitin mo para malaman mo kung saan ang shaded region. Okay? So, itong 0, 0 na to, ito ang isa-substitute mo doon sa linear inequality. Pag lumabas ay true, ibig sabihin kasama yung 0, 0 sa shaded region. Pag lumabas ay false, ibig sabihin hindi kasama ang 0, 0, dun ka mag-shade sa other side ng boundary mo. Okay? And the last one, if the resulting inequality is true, ito na nga po yun, if the resulting inequality is true, shade the side that contains the test point. So, kung 0, 0 ang test point mo, isasama mo to sa pag-shade. Itong side na to na may 0, 0, yun ang isi-shade mo. Kapag ang result ay false, then itong 0, 0, hindi siya kasama, dun ka mag-shade sa other side of the boundary. Okay? So, let's have an example. So, I have here, 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. So, first step, rewrite. So, rewrite the inequality as an equation. So, ano lang gagawin? Since pinapa-rewrite lang sa atin as equation, gagawin lang natin tong equal symbol. So, we will have 2x minus y is equal to 4. Okay? So, after rewriting, nasulat na natin siya, you have to solve and plot the intercepts. So, paano natin kukunin ang intercepts? Ile-let natin si x at y na mag-0. So, if you will be getting the x-intercept, let y is equal to 0. And then, if you will be getting the y-intercept, let x is equal to 0. So, let us solve. So, ito ang equation natin. So, let us first find your x-intercept. So, gagawin natin itong 0. So, we will now have 2x is equal to 4. Therefore, 4 divide 2. So, your x is now equal to 2. So, therefore, your x-intercept is 2. Okay? So, pag pinlat mo to, this is 2, 0. And, let us now get the y-intercept. So, your y-intercept is 2x minus y is equal to 4. So, we will let x is equal to 0. Gagawin natin itong 0. So, this is already 0. So, ang maiiwan na lang ay negative y is equal to 4. And we cannot have negative dito sa ating variable. So, therefore, that is y is equal to negative 4. Therefore, your y-intercept is equal to negative 4. Okay, so gamit tayo ng Desmos. I-plot muna natin ito sa ating Cartesian plane. Alright, so since nakuha na natin itong x-intercept at y-intercept, so we will plot the given intercept. So, ito yung Desmos. So, punta ka lang sa desmos.com or pwede mo tong i-download sa iyong cellphone. So, ito po ay gagamitin lang natin para ma-check natin kung tama ang sagot natin, no? Hanggat maaari, sumagot tayo ng manual, yun tayo mismo. Okay? So, plot natin. So, since x-intercept, this is 2, 0. Okay? So, lalagay natin 2, 0. Okay. So, ayun si 2, 0. Lagyan natin ng label. So, ayun siya. And then, kasi 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 ito. And then, next, si y-intercept is negative 4. So, this is 0, negative 4. Ayun siya. And then, lagyan natin ng label. Ayun po. Okay, now. So, i-connect natin ito para magkaroon tayo ng line. So, paano natin siya i-connect? Syempre, i-graph natin yung 2x minus y is equal to ano tong given natin is equal to 4. So, ito po siya. Okay, now, we now have the graph of 2x minus y is equal to 4. So, ito pa lang yung graph nung x at y intercept mo. Now, anong gagawin? So, after mo ma-plot at mag-graph yung x at y intercept mo, anong susunod? Pick a test point, so use 0, 0 if possible. So, kumuha ka ng test point, kahit ano dyan, actually, kahit ano pwede mong gamitin. Pwede ito, pwede yan, kahit ano dyan. Pero, para mas mabilis, mas madali, 0, 0 ang gamitin natin. Okay, so i-plot muna natin yung 0, 0. Okay, so ito si 0, 0, ayun, sana nakikita. So, ito si 0, 0, ito po ang magiging test point natin. Now, anong gagawin natin dito sa test point? Ito po ang magsasabi sa atin kung ang shaded region natin ay dito o dito sa kabilang side. So, paano natin malalaman? So, isosolve natin. Copy your given 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. And then, isa-substitute mo, since this is x, this is your y. So, isa-substitute mo yung 0, 0 dyan. Kaya nga po sabi ko, hanggat maaari kung gagamit ka ng test point, ang gamitin mo 0, 0. Kasi automatic yan. Pag 0, 0 yan, 0, 0 ang isa-substitute mo dyan, that is 0. Okay? So, mas madali. Okay? So, we now have 0 is less than or equal to 4. Okay. So, we now have 0 is less than or equal to 4. Ang tanong, ang 0 ba less than sa 4? Yes. So, therefore, this is true. So, paano natin malalaman based dito sa statement natin na gumamit tayo ng test point? Paano mo ngayon malalaman kung saang part ka mag-shade? Okay. So, balikan mo to. Since ang lumabas dito ay true, ibig sabihin, itong 0, 0 is part of the shaded region. Okay? So, itong test point mo ay kasama sa solution. Kapag yan nag-false, kapag ito ay nag-false, ibig sabihin hindi ito kasama, kaya mag-shade ka dito sa kabilang side. Okay? So, sana malinaw. Ulitin ko. If the resulting, eto, yung nakuha mong statement ay true. So, ibig sabihin, yung test point mo na 0, 0 o kahit anong test point pa yan, kung anong gusto mong gamitin. Basta kapag nag-true, ibig sabihin, yung ginamit mong test point, part of the shaded region. Kasama siya sa isa-shade mo. Okay? So, o kaya doong side ka mag-shade. So, halimbawa, ito yung line mo. Ito yung test point. So, ditong side ka mag-shade. Okay? If it's false, sa kabilang side, hindi siya kasama. Okay, so let us check. Ilagay natin yung ating linear inequality. We have 2x minus y is less than or equal to, so gamit tayo nito, to 4. So let's see, dapat dun siya sa part ng 0, 0. Ayun. Okay, so nakuha po ba? Ito yung 0, 0 natin. Ayun po. So, ito yung 0, 0. So, as you can see, yung graph natin ay nandun sa side ng test point. Okay, bakit siya nandun sa side ng test point? Dahil true ito. If this is false, dito po ang graph natin. Okay? So, as you can see, nung ginraph natin yung ating linear inequality, lumabas na nandito yung ating shaded region. Ibig sabihin, ito po lahat ang solutions niya. Now, ang tanong, bakit ito solid? Okay, so kapag nakita mo na solid itong line mo dito, after mo mag-graph, kapag nakita mo na solid siya, bakit kaya siya solid? Kasi ang linear inequality mo, meron siyang equal sign. So, it includes the equal sign. So, hindi lang siya basta less than. It is less than or equal. So, kapag meron siyang equal, your line should be solid. So, yun yung binanggit ko kanina. Okay? So, ito, pwede mo siyang palitan ng kulay if you want. So, pwede mong now, pwede mo rin siya i-download. So, kapag ikaw gusto mo ng copy, pwede mo siya i-download dito. Okay? So, marami po tayong magagawa sa Desmos. Now, so therefore, this is the graph of 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. So, i-delete ko na to para mamaya sa ating second graph. Okay, so therefore, if we will be graphing that, ito po yung ginraph natin kanina. So, ito, pinlat natin yung 2, 0, and then yung 0, negative 4. Tapos, ito yung ginamit nating test point na 0, 0. So, since nag-true siya dito, ibig sabihin, yung test point mo is part of the solution. So, dun ka mag-shade, hindi dito sa kabilang side. Okay? Now, since ang ating boundary line ay solid, therefore, itong 2, 0 at 0, negative 4 is part of the solution. O, ibig sabihin, lahat ng points na nandito sa line na to, ibig sabihin, part of the solution yan kasi solid line tayo. So, if your boundary line is a solid line, then lahat ng points na nandito sa line is part of the solution. So, this is the graph of 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. Ito po, itong shaded part na to. Okay, let's continue. So, I have here 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. Ito pa rin. So, tingnan natin. So, kanina ang ginamit kong test point ay 0, 0. So, let's try to use what if ang gusto ko gamitin ibang test point. So, halimbawa, sige, kuha tayong ibang test point. Ito. So, anong point ito? Ito ay 1. Ito ay 1. Okay, 1 to ha, kasi by 2 siya eh. 1, 2, 3, 4. So, ibig sabihin 1 to. So, 1, 2. So, ang test point natin, 1, 2. So, let's try to check. So, since nandito yung test point natin, kasama siya dun sa shaded region, ibig sabihin, dapat mag-true siya. Okay, let's check. Okay, so 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. So, i-substitute natin si 1, 2, yung pinili natin na ibang test point. So, lagay natin si 1 at si 2. Okay, and then solve. This is 2 times 1, that is 2. And then minus 2. So, we have 2 minus 2, that is 0. So, 0 is less than or equal to 4. Yes, this is true. Okay, so as you can see, na-prove naman dito sa graph natin dahil yung 1, 2 mo ay nasa shaded region. Ibig sabihin, part siya ng solution kasi this is true. Okay, next. Kuha pa tayo ng isa. So, ito ay 1, 2, 3. Negative 3, negative 2. So, kuha tayo ng negative 3, negative 2 na test point. So, substitute natin si negative 3, negative 2. So, this is negative 6. And this is positive 2. So, negative 6 plus 2, this is negative 4. And negative 4 is less than or equal to 4. So, less than siya. Mas mababa siya sa 4. So, therefore, this is also true. Okay, so, it's obvious naman kasi yung point ay nandun sa shaded region. So, ibig sabihin, dapat mag-true siya. Next, let's try to kuha tayo ng isang point na wala dun sa shaded region. So, check lang natin. Subukan natin. So, dapat mag-false. Kuha tayo ng isa. So, ito. Kuha tayo ng 1, 2, 3. Ito, 3, negative 6. So, kuha tayo ng 3, negative 6. Okay. So, dapat mag-false to. Tingnan natin ang result. Kasi, wala siya dito sa, hindi siya part ng shaded region. Ibig sabihin, hindi siya part ng solution. Okay? So, let's substitute 3 and negative 6. So, this is 2 times 3. This is positive 6. And then, negative, negative, positive 6 din. So, 6 plus 6 ito. So, 6 plus 6, that is 12. Is 12 less than or equal to 4? No. Because 12 is greater than 4. So, this is false. Okay. So, as you can see, na-prove natin na lahat ng nasa shaded region na ordered pair are part of the solution. And lahat ng wala sa shaded, yun ay false, magre-result sa false, ibig sabihin hindi siya part of the solution. Okay? Next example. So, again, this is the graph of 2x minus y is less than or equal to 4. So, dapat gamay natin ito para pagdating sa systems, madali na lang. Okay, let's have example number 2. So, I have 3x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 6. So, ganun ulit. Rewrite the inequality as an equation. So, we have 3x plus 2y equals negative 6. So, papalitan lang natin to ng equal sign. Okay? So, we now have solve and plot the intercepts. Okay? So, solve natin. Gagawin natin tong 0. So, ayan. So, we now have, since equal to 0 na to, so, we now have 3x is equal to negative 6. And x is equal to negative 2. Why negative 2? Negative 6 divided by 3 is negative 2. So, therefore, your x-intercept is negative 2. Okay? Next, proceed tayo sa y-intercept. So, yung x naman ang gagawin natin 0. So, we will have 2y is equal to negative 6. So, therefore, your y is equal to negative 3. So, your y-intercept is negative 3. So, balik tayo sa Desmos. Okay, so ito na po yung Desmos natin. So, i-plot naman natin ngayon yung, ano ito? Wait. Saan na tayo kanina? Okay, so i-plot naman natin yung nakuha natin dito. So, we have x is negative 2 and then y-intercept is negative 3. So, bumalik tayo dun sa previous slide. So, pinindot ko muna. Okay, so plot natin. So, yung x-intercept mo is negative 2. So, that is negative 2, 0. Okay, and then let's put a label. Ito po yung label niya. Now, ang next natin is 0, negative 3. Okay. Pag nagpa-plot tayo ng x and y-intercept, so lagi pong kapag x-intercept, dito siya, A. Kapag y-intercept, dito siya sa may B. Okay? Y coordinates. Ito ay x coordinate. So, ilagyan natin ng label. So, ito po. Now, i-graph natin. Ano ang ating equation? We have 3x plus, ano yun? 2y is equal to negative 6. So, ito po ang graph ng intercepts natin. Ayan na po. So, 3x plus 2y is equal to negative 6. Now, anong sabi ko? Anong susunod pag na-plot na yung ating test point? Pick a test point. So, ako gagamitin ko 0, 0. Kasi mas mabilis pag 0, 0. So, lagyan ko na muna, i-plot ko yung 0, 0. Okay, so ito yung ating 0, 0. Lagyan natin ng label. Ayun. So, nilagyan ko siya ng label. Ito yung 0, 0 natin. Now, so kailangan tingnan natin kung true or false. Kapag true, ibig sabihin, ang shaded region natin kasama yung test point. Pag false, ang shaded region natin hindi kasama yung test point. Dito tayo sa kabilang side. Okay? So, let's check. So, copy natin yung ating given 3x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 6. So, substitute natin yung 0, 0. So, this will be equal to 0. And 0 is greater than negative 6. Is this true? Yes, this is true. Okay? So, therefore, since this is true, dapat pag nag-graph tayo, pag ginraph natin to, dapat ang graph natin ay kasama yung test point na 0, 0. So, let's see. Tingnan natin. Ang inequality natin ay 3x plus 2y. So, pag nag-graph na tayo ng inequality, after mo mag-pick ng test point, ang i-graph mo na ay yung inequality. So, is greater than or equal to negative 6. So, ayan po. Okay, so kung mapapansin nyo, ito yung test point natin, nauusog yung kasi itong label. So, ito yung test point. So, since this is true, kasama yung test point dun sa shaded region natin. Okay, so this is the graph of 3x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 6. Okay. Okay, so this is the graph of 3x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 6. So, as you can see, the boundary line, yung boundary line natin ay solid. Paano malalamang solid? Kasi meron tayong equal symbol dito. Okay? So, kung ito ay greater than lang, broken yan. So, since meron tayong equal sign dito sa ating inequality, therefore, dyan mo malalaman na yung boundary mo should be solid. Okay. So, this is the graph of, okay, now since solid siya, therefore, the boundary line, itong negative 2, 0, and 0, negative 3, as long as ito, as well as lahat ng points dito sa ating line, eto po, lahat ng points na nandiyan sa line are all part of the solution. Bakit? Kasi solid siya. So, ibig sabihin, pag solid, kasama yung mga points na yan na nasa line. Including, ito, syempre, yung shaded region. So, lahat ito ay solution. Okay? And this is the graph of 3x plus 2y is greater than or equal to negative 6. Let's have the third example. Now, this is graphing linear inequalities in two variables. But what if you only have one variable? Paano mo siya gagawin? Actually, mas madali siya. Okay? So, ganun pa rin ang step. Rewrite the inequality as an equation, so that will become y is equal to 5. Now, since y is equal to 5 na siya, ibig sabihin, kuha mo na agad ang intercept mo. Your intercept is negative 3, pero wala kang x-intercept. So, paano mo gagawin kapag wala kang x-intercept? So, ganun din po kapag x naman ang given dyan. So, wala ka namang y-intercept. So, paano mo siya gagawin? So, punta tayo sa Desmos. Okay. So, kapag ganito na y lang po yung given, automatic wala kang x-intercept dyan. So, ibig sabihin, kung y-intercept lang yan, ibig sabihin ang line mo ay magkocross sa y axis. Okay? It will cross your y-axis. So, sige, i-plot natin. 0, negative 3. Okay, so lagyan natin ng label. Okay, so ito po siya. Okay? Now, so ito yung 0, negative 3. Pag pinlat natin ito, sige, I mean, pag ginraph natin, y is equal to 5. I mean, ano to? Oh, sorry. So, it should be 5. Ito po ay 5. Okay, so it should be 5. Sorry for the typo. So, ito po ay 5. So, pag ginraph natin, ay pinlat natin si y-intercept, that is 0, 5. Ito siya. And then, yung pag ginraph natin si y is equal to 5. So, as you can see, it touches your y-axis. So, this is the graph of y is equal to 5. Now, anong sunod na gagawin? Pipili tayo ng test point. So, ako, ang gagamitin ko ay 0, 0. Lagi pong ganon. Pili ng test point. Okay, so ito po yung test point natin. So, it's either ang shade mo dyan dito sa baba or sa taas. So, tingnan natin kung true or false. So, i-solve natin. Kapag nag-true yan, ibig sabihin dito siya sa baba. Kasama yung test point. Kapag false, hindi kasama yung test point, sa taas ang shade natin. So, ulitin ko. Solve natin. So, y is greater than 5. Okay, so substitute natin ng 0 dito. Lagi pong 0, 0. Since wala naman tayong x, edi yung sa y coordinate lang po ang ilalagay natin. And 0 is greater than 5. Okay, is 0 greater than 5? No, this is false. So therefore, hindi kasama ang test point mo sa isi-shade. So ibig sabihin dito ka sa kabilang side. Okay? Ibig sabihin dito ka sa taas kasi yung test point mo nag-false siya, nagkaroon ka ng false statement. It results to a false statement. Therefore, ang shaded region mo hindi dito sa baba. Hindi dapat kasama yung 0, 0. Dapat sa taas. Okay? So, sige, i-graph natin. Ang given mo ay y. Tingnan natin kung dito siya sa taas. Okay? So, y is greater than 5. Okay, so this is the graph of y is greater than 5. Ito po siya. Alright, so this is the graph of y is greater than 5. Now, kung mapapansin nyo, ang boundary line natin, ito po yung boundary. Anong napansin nyo sa boundary line natin? Broken siya. Broken line, di ba? So, ibig sabihin, since broken line ito, paano ba malalamang broken line o solid line? Tingin ka dito. So, wala siyang equal sign sa ilalim. So, kapag walang equal sign sa baba, kapag ang symbol mo lang ay greater than, walang equal sign, that means your boundary should be a broken line. So, dyan yung malalaman. And, kapag broken line, ano ang sabi ko kapag broken line? Ibig sabihin, lahat ng points na nandito sa line na to are not part of the solution. So, hindi sila kasama. Okay? So, lahat ng points na nandito, naglalay dito sa line na to ay hindi part of the solution. Ibig sabihin, eto lang po. Okay? Etong 0, 5, hindi siya kasama at lahat ng points dito. Bakit? Paano malalaman? Kasi your boundary line is a broken line. Okay, let's have the next one. So, the boundary line is not part of the solution. So, this is the graph of y is greater than 5. Okay, let's have the fourth one. So, I have 4y is greater than 3x plus 12. So, kapag ganito, paanong gagawin kapag ganito? Since hindi siya this is in the form of slope-intercept form. So, paano mo gagawin? Gawin mo muna siyang standard form. So, using APE, so magiging negative 3x na siya. Negative 3x plus 4y is greater than 12. Okay, so after mo siya ma-rewrite into standard form, dapat kasi pag magsosolve tayo ng x and y intercept, mas okay kung naka-standard form siya. Okay? So after mo siyang ma-rewrite into standard form, rewrite the inequality as an equation na. So, we will rewrite this inequality as an equation. We will have negative 3x plus 4y equals 12. Okay? So, we will solve and plot the intercept. So, solve muna natin yung intercept. So, get muna natin yung x-intercept. So, our x-intercept is negative 4. And your y-intercept is positive 3. Okay. Now, kuha tayo ng test point. So, ang gagamitin ko ay 0, 0. So, kuha ako ng test point. Ilalagay ko sa x at y. Ito. Lagay natin sa x at y. So, this will become 0. Kaya, mas madali kapag ang test point mo ay 0, 0. Okay? Hindi ka na magmumultiply. Lagi yan 0. So, ang 0 ba is greater than 12? No. So, this is a false statement. Okay? So, kapag ginraph yan, so, since, ipapakita ko na lang po yung graph niya. Ito na po siya. So, ipa-plot natin yung dalawang intercepts natin. 0, negative 4. Ito yung 0, negative 4. And then, 0, 3. Ito si 0, 3. And then, ito yung line. Now, ito yung test point na 0, 0. Since false siya, kaya yung test point mo hindi kasama sa shaded. Okay? So, ulitin ko ha, laging ganon. Kapag yung test point mo, kahit anong test point pa yan, pag nag-result siya sa true statement, isasama mo yung test point mo dun sa isi-shade. Pero kapag false statement, hindi mo siya isasama. Yung kabilang side ang isi-shade mo, kaya siya tinawag na half plane. Kasi it's either dito lang yan or dito. Okay? So, false, hindi mo isasama yung test point. Kapag yan nag-true, isasama mo yung test point. So, dito ka mag-shade. Okay? So, since this is false, dito tayo. Kasi hindi natin dapat to isama. Dahil hindi siya part ng solution. Now, ang question ko, eto bang negative 40 at 03 na nandito sa line ay part ng solution? Sige nga po. Is it part of the solution, itong 03 at negative 40? No. Bakit? Kasi po ito ay broken line. Diba sabi ko, kapag broken line, ibig sabihin, it's not part of the graph. Hindi siya kasama sa solution. Kapag hindi siya part ng graph, hindi siya part ng solution. Okay? Now, bakit ba siya naging broken line? Kasi dito, tingin ka dito. Kasi wala siyang equal sign dito sa ilalim. So, yan ang palatandaan natin. Pag walang equal sign, the boundary line is broken. Kapag meron yan, your boundary line should be solid. Okay? So, since broken line ito, ibig sabihin yung negative 40 mo at 03 and all the points na naglalay dito sa line na to, pababa dito, ay hindi kasama sa solution. Okay? So, the boundary line is not part of the solution. And this is the graph of 4y, negative 3x plus 4y is greater than 12. So, ito po yung graph na to. Or, ito po yung graph ng 4y is greater than 3x plus 12. Let's have the last example. Now, what if ganito po ang given? The difference of two numbers is greater than 2. So, paano mo siya i-graph? Walang binigay na mathematical sentence. So, syempre, ang una mong gagawin, you have to translate. So, the difference of two numbers is greater than 2. Dapat tama ang pag-translate mo para tama ang graph. So, the difference daw, pag bininus mo daw yung dalawang numbers mo, that is greater than 2. Okay. So, ayan na po. This is the translation of the given statement. Now, first step, rewrite the inequality as an equation. So, magiging equals lang ito. So, x minus y is equal to 2. Bakit ba natin siya nire-write as equation? Para makuha natin ng x at y intercept. Okay, so kunin natin ng x and y intercept. So, this is your x-intercept. X is equal to 2 kasi ginawa natin 0 yung y. Now, so your x-intercept is 2. Pagdating sa y-intercept naman, gagawin naman natin itong 0. So, you will have negative y is equal to 2. Since hindi tayo pwedeng mag-negative dito, so y is equal to negative 2. Ilalagay mo siya dun. Okay? So, your y-intercept is negative 2. Now, Kuha ako ng test points. I will be using 0, 0 para mas mabilis. So that is 0 is greater than 5. Is it true that 0 is greater than 5? No, this is false. Okay? So kapag kinraf natin siya, i-plot mo yung x-intercept ulit. Ito si 2, 0. Ito naman si 0, negative 2. So this is your x-intercept. This is your y-intercept. Okay? Kumuha ako ng test point na 0, 0. Since nag-fall siya, ibig sabihin, sa kabilang side ako mag-shade. Hindi ko to isasama, yung test point. Okay? Pag nag-true yan, isasama ko siya. So, dito ako mag-shade. Okay? So, paulit-ulit, no? Kailangan ulit-ulitin para maintindihan. Okay? So, false ito. So, hindi natin isasama ang test point. Dito tayo mag-shade sa kabilang side. Okay? Now, tanong, ang 2, 0 ba ito at ito 0, negative 2 ay part of the solution? No, kasi as you can see, this is a broken line. So since broken line po ito, hindi ito part ng solution. Ito ay hindi solution including yung nasa boundary line natin. So, lahat ng points na nasa boundary line, kasama po ito na hindi shaded are not part of the graph. So, therefore, if it's not part of the graph, that is not part of the solution. Bakit siya broken line? Kasi po, wala tayong equal sign dito. Okay? So, the boundary line is not part of the solution. So, dito nyo yan malalaman. Okay? And this is the graph of x minus y is greater than 2. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you learned something. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell para updated kayo for more video tutorials. This is your guide in learning your math lessons, your Wow Math channel.